What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. I'm going to be walking through a property that we just finished flipping. This property is actually going to be closing the next couple of days. So before we get it closed, I want to do a quick video here and show you everything we did with this project. This is a huge rehab. We spent over 6 figures getting everything fixed up on this place. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what we did, go over the numbers. So let's check it out. So I'm back here at the house. Today is actually day 2 of them doing the foundation work here on the house. So I just want to show you guys kind of what that looks like. So let's go check it out. Basically what they do for, at least for the exterior piers, they dig these holes around the exterior of the property, and then they're going to end up putting these like cylinder concrete piers that are going to go underneath the foundation here, and they'll be pressed to kind of lift up and jack up the foundation and put everything back into level. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 6, 7, 8, 9, and I think we've got a couple more on the backside as well as a few on the interior. So let's go check out what they're doing in here. So it's kind of loud in there, but the guys are doing 3 interior piers, so they have to jack through all the concrete for the foundation, get through all that before they can get underneath it and do some piers on the inside. I'll try to come back hopefully before they cover up all the holes and everything and show you what those actual piers look like. So they don't have the concrete piers here yet. I'll see if I can get some video of that before they cover everything up. But they do have the little jacks that they use, so like all those red jacks there, that's what they use to apply pressure. I think it's like 10,000 psi pressure is what they use. Go ahead and raise up the house to a point where it can't move anymore. But yeah, that's it for now. So just stay tuned. I'm going to show more work that we're doing with the house, kind of the construction side, I guess, some of the renovations and what kind of goes into all that. So just stay tuned. What's up guys, we're back here. It's actually later in the same day from when I filmed that earlier part. It looks like the guys have made a good amount of progress. I just came by because I'm meeting a contractor for some of the tree stuff that we're doing here. But let me show you what we have so far with the foundation. Let's go check it out. So these are the concrete cylinder piers that are going underneath the foundation to jack everything up. Gonna head inside and see if we can look at some of the interior piers. So out here in the backyard, we've got the pool getting worked on. They got the whole thing drained. They got it kind of prepped. They still are going to need to plaster, which will be getting done probably not for like the next 2 weeks or so, because we've also got to get the house rewired. We don't want to get the pool filled up and finished up until we've got the house rewired and we can hook up the pool equipment. So we're going to be getting the house rewired this coming week. After that, we'll get the pool finished up, replastered, filled back up. Pool is looking super nice. So it was disgusting, this like black, green, nasty color before, and it's starting to look like a real nice place again. We also got like all the trees back here trimmed up. So I did a video kind of showing this house a little bit before. I'll probably try to link to that. But the whole place was covered in little trees that are popping up. We still got to do some more stuff, get everything like trimmed up a little bit. There's a ton of leaves that have kind of fallen that are down here. So we're gonna have to get all that raked up and out of here too. But we can actually see the pool. So that's super nice now. Okay, so really quickly before we get started with this video, I want to go ahead and ask if you can go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so that way you get notified on future videos. But let's get into it. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about with this place was some of the big ticket items that we spent money on here. And there's a lot with this house. So one of the big things we did, probably the most expensive item here in this house, was rewiring. So we totally rewired the house. This house had aluminum wiring. And this house, you know, when it's resold, it's gonna sell for over 400 grand. So I just figured it'd be best to go ahead and rewire the house, put updated copper wiring throughout the whole place. So we went ahead and did that. That ended up costing, I think it was a little over 13 grand just for the electrical rewire. Another big ticket item we had here was foundation. So the house had foundation issues. It was about 3 inches off the foundation was. So we had to redo a lot of the foundation, get that leveled out. And then while doing the foundation work, we actually had some breaks in our sewer line. So we had to do some breakouts through the slab to get to the sewer line and do repairs on the sewer. Now this house also had old single pane windows, so we also got rid of most of those here in the property. We left the ones that we had in the sunroom, which I'll show you later on, but all the rest of them throughout the property we also had all replaced. We also had a pool that was super nasty, so we ended up getting that resurfaced, got all new equipment for the pool, made that look really nice. We had a ton of super tall trees too at this place, so that was a pretty big thing to get all those removed and kind of get the property cleaned up a little bit. And I almost forgot the roof, so we also replaced the roof. This house actually had like a hole that was probably, I don't know, 1 or 2 feet wide when I bought the place, so we had to get the roof fixed, absolutely. And probably the last big ticket item before I forget is the HVAC. So a lot of times we have to do new HVAC units. It's nothing crazy, not a big deal. But with this house, there was previous rodents in here and they had chewed up a lot of the ducting and everything, so we had to put all new ducts throughout the whole place. As well as new HVAC units. And I know that all sounds like a lot, and it definitely is. But I will say for anyone that's, you know, getting into rehabbing properties and fixing properties up, as long as you budget for this stuff, it's really not that big of a deal. But just know that, you know, with the bigger scope of work like this, doing so many things, it is gonna take a longer time. And this project actually held for almost 10 months, which is crazy. It's the longest I've actually held a flip before, but I guess it's worth it. You know, we'll talk about numbers later and what the profit's gonna look like, but I guess it ends up being worth it in the end. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show you everything else with this property. So walking through the house, a couple things you're gonna see. We got rid of, you know, we had arches in places like this throughout the house here. We also made some modifications here in this kitchen. Our kitchen before was dropped down to about the same height right here. So it was dropped down a foot or so. We got rid of all that fur down that was there. So we made this feel way bigger, way more open. Put these really tall cabinets in here too, which also makes everything feel nice, big, and open. We've also got nice Calcutta quartz counters here in the kitchen and throughout the rest of the house. It's a really nice kitchen. I like the white with the black accents. Something that I think I'm probably gonna do a lot more going forward. These are all soft close cabinets, which again, super cool. So yeah, we've got all new flooring in the place. We've got all new paint, retextured the whole house. A bunch of sheetrock was redone in here. Like I had mentioned earlier, we had rewired the house. So pretty much throughout the whole place, the electricians ended up cutting out like the bottom 4 feet of sheetrock so they could run all their wires a lot easier. So we had to do a bunch of sheetrock repairs in this place. Back here we have this sunroom, and I'd mentioned this was the one part of the house that we did not replace the windows. And as you can see, we've got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 windows in this room. So just really wasn't gonna be too cost effective in my opinion, so I ended up not replacing all those windows. But this is a super nice room though. Also got our own restroom here in the sunroom, so totally redid this. Put a nice big walk-in shower here, toilet, vanity, countertop there. Everything pretty much brand new. Now let's head on this way and check out the master. Here's our master bedroom. Really nice big room. I am gonna talk about one thing that I wish I would have done differently with this place. These here are master closets. Let me show you inside. This is his, and this is hers. So these closets are super small closets, and as I was selling the house, that was the main feedback that I received. People love the house, but the closets were way too small, which I totally get. If I was to start this project again from the beginning, I definitely would have changed that. Probably would have gotten rid of those over there. What I would have done, since we had everything pretty much open, I probably would have taken a little bit of space out of here and made the closets right over there against the bedroom. So something, I mean, in hindsight, would have been super easy to do while we had all the walls and everything open. Something I wish I definitely would have done, but I just kind of I guess I just didn't think about it really. So that's something really important to consider, because had this been like a $200,000 house, nobody would have cared. But because I was trying to sell this for like $450, that was an issue, and a lot of people commented on that, saying that they just thought the closets were way too small. Over here we got our master bathroom. So we just redid this. I believe we had a tub here before, got rid of the tub, put a walk-in shower, tiled all the way up. Made this really nice, put the sliding glass doors here, again with the black fixtures. This was really nice. Here we are upstairs. Not gonna bore you too much with all the rooms, these are just bedrooms. But I will say one of the things that's super cool about this house, it has really big bedrooms. So this is bedroom number 1 upstairs, bedroom number 2, also super big. Over here, bedroom number 3, huge space. And then up here, these all have one bathroom that they share. This is our bathroom. Again, follow the same kind of scheme we've got throughout the rest of the house. And then here we've got the same stuff. Again, new vanities, black accents, got the Calcutta quartz countertop here. Now let me take you out to the backyard. There's actually some stuff out there too that I wish I would have done differently. So let's go outside there and let's talk about all that stuff. Out here in the backyard, there's a couple things that I think I would have done differently if I was going to be starting over again. Really 2 main things. So those 2 things are the grass. Obviously you can see our grass here isn't really nice. It's really just a bunch of weeds. I probably should have factored in to either lay sod or completely seed the whole place. We've got an irrigation system here, which would have made it super easy to do that, but I just didn't factor for it. It's a lot different, like I said earlier, with stuff inside. Like on a $200,000 house, people really are going to care if they've got smaller closets. But on a house at this price point here in San Antonio, people care about that stuff. So same thing with the yard too. A lot of folks commented on the fact that the yard wasn't really all that great, so that was a big deal. Another thing was the fence. So over here you can see we totally redid the side of the fence. That was in really rough shape. It was really rotten. A bunch of the boards were falling off and everything, so we totally redid that. Awesome. But backside over here, pretty good shape. The neighbor side over here, it's got a couple boards that are kind of missing, loose. I didn't think it was terrible, so I didn't want to spend the money to go ahead and fix it. This probably would have been, another $1,500 to $2,000 or so to get this part done here. In hindsight, I probably should have done it because a lot of folks commented on that, and it just didn't make the whole yard as a whole feel as nice as it would have if I would have done the whole thing. So let's talk numbers a little bit. So this house, I ended up buying it for $154,000. I'd initially budgeted $90,000 for the renovation on this place, but as you can see, we did a ton of stuff. I kind of underbid it, so I ended up spending around 110 grand getting this whole place all fixed up, doing everything like we mentioned, the roof, all the HVAC stuff, the pool repairs, everything. So spent about 110 grand on that, and I was hoping to sell this for about 450, but we ended up, going under contract. Actually, we fell out for some silly little reasons, and then we went under contract a second time and fell out for some silly reasons again. The buyers had decided they wanted to buy a new construction property instead, so they just decided to terminate during their inspection period. But we now have it under contract right now. We're going to be closing, like I mentioned, in a couple days, and we're going to be selling it for $430,000. So with those numbers, like I mentioned, bought it for 154, spent about 130,000 on it. After all the holding costs for the 10 months or so that we had it, closing costs, commissions, all that stuff, going to be netting just a little over $100,000 on this project. So pretty good profit. However, if I was going to do this project again, I would definitely do a lot of things differently. First off, 10 months is a long time to hold a rehab, even though it is kind of a big scope of work. Shouldn't have taken this long. So Things definitely have to be tightened up a little bit with like project management and contractors. Overall, good project, good profit. Pretty happy with how it came out. Happy to be done with it for sure. Happy for a new family to be moved in here. So let me know down in the comments, let me know what you think about this project. Let me know if there's anything you think I missed, anything else that I didn't mention that you would have also done differently on this place. I'd love to hear it. I'd love the feedback. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you can, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.